Brian, this is a terrible idea. We could change the course of history.
You always say that, but doesn't history pretty much suck? I mean, the Crusades, Hitler.
Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle.
Again? Oh, like all of your wives are so much better.
This is a definite blow for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. When they stepped down as working royals, they said that they were going to live a life of service. And now Meghan is shilling loose fruit spread, and Prince Harry is doing polo docs that don't even hit the top 3,000 of Netflix last year. They want to be taken seriously. Clearly, they're not being taken seriously. They want to be A-listers, but they continuously are a Hollywood punchline. That is devastating to them.
Family Guy is back in the headlines, and once again, no one is safe, especially not Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. In its latest episode, they took a no-holds-barred swipe at the controversial couple, delivering yet another round of ruthless satire that's got fans buzzing and critics raising eyebrows. The episode zeroed in on Harry and Meghan's ongoing public image crisis, mocking their infamous desire for privacy while simultaneously chasing media deals and exclusive interviews. Now, the show is lighting up social media because of how they compared Harry and Meghan's relationship to Hitler and the Crusades. While Family Guy is no stranger to pushing boundaries, this line in particular was so jarring, it's already sparked a wave of backlash online. So join me today as we dive into this utter humiliation that Harry and Meghan were put through, and let's figure out how they have managed to turn themselves into a complete joke. Now, Family Guy has once again taken aim at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, delivering another sharp-edged jab that's already sending ripples through pop culture circles. In its latest episode, Twain's World, which aired July 17th, the show proves yet again that nothing, not even royalty, is off limits when it comes to its trademark satire. In a time travel sequence, Brian and Stewie discuss how meddling in the past could alter the course of history. Brian, ever the cynic, brushes off the concern, saying, "You always say that, but doesn't history pretty much suck?" Then comes the punchline. He lists off some of the darkest chapters in human history. Hitler, the Crusades, before Stewie deadpans, Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle. Oof, that's right. Family Guy just put the Sussexes in the same breath as two of the most infamous events in history. Brutal? Absolutely. But classic Family Guy? Without a doubt. And in true Family Guy fashion, the gag doesn't stop there. The scene immediately cuts to one of their signature cutaways. Prince Harry, animated and visibly irritated, sitting on a couch watching the very episode in question. "Again?" he groans, throwing his hands on his hips before breaking the fourth wall. "Oh, like all of your wives are so much better?" he quips back at the audience, offering a bit of tongue-in-cheek self-awareness amid the roast. This isn't the first time the show has targeted the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Back in 2023, Family Guy mocked the couple's media deals and their ongoing complaints about royal life, raising eyebrows and drawing laughs in equal measure. But this latest dig feels even more pointed, especially given the couple's recent struggles to maintain public favor and revive their brand. The joke taps into a growing cultural fatigue surrounding the pair. The tension between their demands for privacy and their high-profile media presence, including multi-million-dollar deals, docuseries, and tell-all interviews. Family Guy simply holds up a mirror and reflects what many in the public have already been whispering, that the fairy tale may not be playing out quite the way Harry and Meghan imagined. As expected, reactions are mixed. Some fans are praising the episode for daring to say what others won't. Others are calling the joke tasteless, especially given its comparison to such serious historical atrocities. Just take a look at some of these fans' reactions from Twitter. Prince Harry mocked on Family Guy. What happened to Mike Zero and Neil Sean and Lady C? Wouldn't they have had the inside info that this was gonna happen? No, because they don't know shit yet. You f***ing losers still believe every word they say. Losers! Well, at least they gave the dimwit some hair. They don't need anyone to confirm anything. Every day, these two confirm with their behavior how despicable they are, and they will continue to sink with every stupid thing they do. Anyway, love it or hate it, one thing's for sure, Family Guy knows exactly where to strike, and it struck a nerve once again. In a media landscape that's increasingly cautious, Family Guy remains one of the few shows still willing to poke the bear, and with Harry and Meghan, the bear keeps giving them material. You see, once shielded by the structure and protocol of the monarchy, the couple now find themselves wide open to satire, skepticism, and the full force of pop culture backlash. Their departure from royal life was framed as a bold move toward independence and freedom, but in the court of public opinion, it's been anything but smooth sailing. From Netflix specials to podcast flops and now animated takedowns, Harry and Meghan have become lightning rods for criticism, particularly because of the very public way they've chosen to tell their story. As one insider succinctly put it, this is what happens when you leave the royal family and start mocking them. They will start hitting back, and the hits haven't stopped coming. From British tabloids, late-night talk shows, to now Family Guy, which wrapped the couple's entire saga into a single joke that cuts to the core of their image crisis. The satire points to a deeper shift in how the world sees them. What was once a sympathetic narrative of escape from a rigid, unwelcoming institution has morphed into a story of two celebrities trying to navigate fame on their own terms and not always succeeding. In stepping away from royal duty, they may have gained their voices, but they also lost the protection that came with royal mystique. Now every move they make is fair game, and the expectation is clear. If you're going to live like celebrities, you better have the charm, the consistency, and the thick skin to handle what comes with it. And as Family Guy so bluntly reminded us, the world is watching, and it's not pulling punches. For Harry and Meghan, this means they must evolve. The scrutiny isn't going away. The jokes will keep coming. And to make things worse for Harry and Meghan, South Park joined Family Guy in roasting the royals turned celebrities. In the now infamous South Park episode titled The Worldwide Privacy Tour, the couple, thinly veiled as Canadian royalty, are hilariously portrayed as the ultimate contradiction, demanding to be left alone while obsessively chasing fame and validation. From the moment they touch down in South Park, the fictional duo makes it clear they want to live a normal life. How do they prove that? By unloading their private jet, moving into a suburban home, and launching into an attention-seeking spree that spans talk shows, protest signs, and global appearances. They parade around with picket signs reading "We want privacy" while standing in front of paparazzi and TV cameras. The satire is not subtle, and that's exactly why it hits so hard. One of the episode's standout jokes comes in the form of a jab at Prince Harry's best-selling memoir Spare, which South Park reimagines as "wah," a childlike cry for attention that perfectly captures the show's critique. And just in case viewers miss the point, the couple's trip to a branding agency spells it out. Their public persona is centered around being victims. The agency even pitches a new logo for them, with one of the labels being "Victim," a stinging indictment of how their image has been crafted. Kyle Broflovsky, their animated neighbor, becomes the voice of the exasperated public, lamenting, "I'm sick of hearing about them, but I can't get away from them. They're everywhere." A line that quickly went viral as fans and critics alike used it to echo real-world frustrations with the couple's contradictory media presence. The so-called Worldwide Privacy Tour. A callback to earlier satire, the depiction captured the central contradiction that has followed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle since their royal exit, their ongoing demand for privacy while remaining at the center of global media attention. Audiences quickly picked up on the irony. The sketch portrayed the couple gallivanting around the world with megaphones, announcing their desire to be left alone, even as they hopped hopped from interview to docuseries to book deal. It was hilarious, yes, but also painfully reflective of public sentiment. The humor worked not because it was exaggerated, but because it wasn't far from the truth. This portrayal also opened the door to deeper conversations, particularly the strained dynamic between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. As news circulates about so-called peace talks behind palace walls, there's growing speculation that these aren't heartfelt attempts to reunite, but strategic moves aimed at managing reputations on both sides. If they're genuine about a reconciliation, they both need to say sorry, one royal commentator bluntly noted, and that's the heart of the issue. Neither side seems ready to shoulder the blame, making reconciliation more of a performance than a resolution. The absence of Prince William, the one person whose involvement could truly signify change, only underscores that. Meanwhile, royal experts are warning that Harry's window for redemption is rapidly closing, with King Charles aging and the monarchy continuing to reposition itself under William's growing influence. Harry's place within the institution is increasingly uncertain. Without a sincere effort to rebuild those fractured relationships and a willingness to accept some responsibility, his royal ties may become little more than a memory, overshadowed by memes, mockery, and missed chances. In the end, satire like Family Guy's doesn't just entertain, it reflects. And right now, it's reflecting a reality where Harry and Meghan's fight for privacy, legacy, and relevance has become part of the very circus they once tried to escape. The world is laughing, but not necessarily with them. And while Harry and Meghan never issued an official response to the episode, sources close to Markle claimed she was upset and overwhelmed by the portrayal, reportedly annoyed by South Park, but refuses to watch it all. It's the kind of reaction that speaks volumes without saying a word. As expected, neither Seth MacFarlane nor the Sussexes reps responded to requests for comment, maintaining the tight-lipped silence that now defines their media strategy. When they're not launching lawsuits or producing documentaries, the takeaway? Shows like South Park and Family Guy don't just aim to entertain, they tap into the zeitgeist, and what they're echoing right now is a wave of skepticism surrounding Harry and Meghan. Once embraced as rebels shaking up an outdated institution, the couple are now increasingly seen as self-branded victims, navigating a fame game they once claimed to detest. And if the satire stings, it's because it's not coming out of nowhere. It's coming from a culture that's been watching, listening, and at this point rolling its eyes.